it has to be related to the context, so Uganda, northern Ugandan context, in particular, and in the whole country, that's where. And where should it start? I'm thinking, so the levels about where we as professionals or citizens need to think about. And related to my background, and when I have somebody who has suffered any kind of trauma. So the trauma, it's been in the community. So I need to know what kind of resources that community had before the trauma. So we need to re-empower the community to get back to their own resources and community resources. But conflicts, war conflicts, and destroy the networks, social and community networks. So, and including healthcare professionals fleeing away from the area, like doctors. Very few doctors stay in the area, or any kind of social network. So I think that the where, it's the land, and we need to start with the land, with the people in the land. So the land, how to rehab that land and its people, right? So how could we help the land and the people and the community to go back to the standards and the personal and community skills they had in the past? So I think that's what I'm thinking, that they were not victims in the past. They were humans that were living. So we need to remember that and go back to that, to their background. So try to help them rebuild their lives in that way. So if there's no way to rebuild that, is recreate something new, right? So we need to think about that where. So, and I will start about keep talking about resources. So personal and community resources. And try to help the community to create their own resources and rehabilitating and healing resources. And help through training. So in my case, I could be like the tool to talk and and the locals to do. So I could be the trainer in my case. That's what I do with patients in my unit, that I'm not the real healer. They are the real healers. So I give the tools to heal. Of course, I lead. I lead the way, and if they don't believe in healing, I tell them there is healing at the end. So they have to remember me, that at this moment, probably some of them will not trust, but what I've learned throughout my life is that there is, life surprises me, and people surprises me in positive ways. But if you've been a victim of war, torture, rape, that's one of the viruses that let you in your soul. And I say, that's not you, okay? So those people that don't believe in change, I say, okay, that's trauma that it's stuck in your soul, and there are ways to take it off and live a new life. Okay, that's where to start. And then I think it's no an end. So we need to understand that healing is a historical process, and that surprisingly people heal through community, and nations after civil wars do heal. How do they heal? That's the key point, right? To find a way of healing, in a way reconciliation, but that's the community level. But in the personal level, that's when I try to help individuals to get over what they have been through. Because all victims, any kind of victims, feel that they could have done something. They could have stopped something. And they haven't done enough. But in my office or in my therapy, I get to talk to them and ask them at that moment. Remember, that was the person at that moment, not the person now who is thinking over the past. So now we are thinking about the past. Me, I'm thinking about a past I haven't lived, but I can connect with the suffering of others to connect with the suffering of you. You've suffered here. So I said, okay, what day is today? So it's shiny, okay? And we have to remember what day is today, 2016. All that happened, it's over. What we have to deal is with the consequences. That's, of course, for those people that we've seen the scars and still the wounds and the pain. So we need to, where in the bodies? Start in the bodies, like our doctor said. So there's no possible healing, physical healing, if there's malnutrition. So there's different layers before we can start even talking about what happened. So if the body is still hurting, how could I deal with the psychological suffering? So me as a professional, I would say, where to start is the body first. So how to nourish and take care of that aching body. And have the people in the community to help the aching body to take care of that aching body. So we need to start with the community, with the individuals that are suffering from the bottom up, like there's no weight to it, so we need to help them. We have to help them. And maybe that will be disgraceful for them. So we need to tell them that they need to be helped at this moment until they get over the wounds. And the community has to understand, if we help this person or this group of people, as soon as they get recovered, they will pay back. Because victims want to give something back to the community. They don't want to be like a burden. So that's, for many, it's shameful. So we need to tell victims, it's not shameful. That community that is helping you will, as soon as you get over this, and with the pain and the suffering, you'll be able to help in a way. So we'll need to find a way so they feel that they can give something back. We need to stand up and say, okay, so we need to teach them how to re-empower through the wounds. So you are a survivor, you're not something. You're a person that survived terrible things, and you're still here to say something and be proud of to be a survivor and to be alive. That's one thing it's always, sometimes I just want to finish. There is no end for transitional justice, and there will be like kind of relapses. We have to be patient, but keep, like I encourage you all to keep thinking that this is a process, and we need people that could transform the anger that comes with injustice in order for them to be heard by the government officials. You know, this morning somebody said, how could transitional justice happen if there is no change? And I think you don't need up change. We need bottom-up change. So, and we need people that will calmly say things. We need people to fight back, to make noise. Okay, we need those people, but also people that will mediate